the 7 Action Newsroom.
We do begin this morning with breaking news. An explosion overnight shuts down a busy freeway.
Yeah, it happened on I-75 near Outer Drive. That's right on the Detroit-Lincoln Park border. And our Nima Shafee is live on the scene this morning with the very latest. Nima?
Been out here all morning long, and I'll tell you what, Malcolm and Alicia, it seems like things have kind of calmed down, but in reality, they're just beginning. Why do I say that? Because the fire actually may be out now, but there's still some hot spots. Live picture now, if you will, here on TV 20 Detroit of what emergency crews are doing right now. There is a host of emergency crews from a number of different law enforcement agencies up there right now. There is live fuel that is still on the road's surface up there as well. This is at I-75 and Outer Drive in Lincoln Park, an area that straddles both Detroit and Lincoln Park, but our live location is in fact Lincoln Park, and this is actually some live pictures. And joining me now to put their perspective on this is Diane Cross. You've been out here all morning. We appreciate you've joined us every hour. Take us through, for our viewers on TV 20 Detroit now, what they can expect with regards to this mess and what exactly is going on right now.
Well, I just got off the phone with our MDOT guy. You're the first to hear this, that northbound will be closed for a few days. That the road surface of I-75 northbound near Outer Drive is so damaged by the fire, again 8,000 gallons of gasoline was burning, that it's not drivable. The road is not safe. So we are now going to have to, our MDOT folks are getting contracts to bids to get people to come out and do the work. We'll keep it closed for a few days. What they're going to have to do is dig up the bad concrete that's no longer worth driving on, and then pour new concrete. It'll have to cure, so it's a minimum of a few days that northbound 75 will be closed at Outer Drive for that tanker fire.
As it relates to the southbound lanes, when can people expect to see those open up?
We've been saying a couple more hours for southbound 75 for a couple of reasons. Number one, they had it closed because there was fear the tanker fire might burn, you know, larger, might flame up again. But also a light pole got knocked down, which meant we had live electricity that had to be capped off by our electricians. That's been done now. We're repairing the median wall that separated north and southbound traffic to make sure folks don't cross the road into oncoming traffic. So that's being repaired right now. Once that's done, and again, we hope that'll be a couple hours, we will be able to reopen southbound 75, which right now is closed at Schaefer. All southbound 75 traffic is being forced off at Schaefer, and folks are probably taking 4th Street. When that reopens, southbound will be fine. For the afternoon drive, southbound will be good. Northbound is the one that'll be closed for a few days.
Northbound being closed for a few days. Right now, we know that a number of agencies came together. Melvindale in tandem with Dearborn, because Dearborn covers Melvindale, Lincoln Park, Southgate, foam trucks from Marathon Refinery, as well as Metro Airport. The group effort here, as well as your guys on scene now assessing the situation. This is serious when you can put it into perspective, Diane. We've had major accidents involving tankers, 3 in fact. People can't take these lightly.
They really can't, and it is so unfortunate that the driver is hospitalized in the burn unit. But if you think about that, 8,000 gallons of gasoline, how many more drivers could be affected by that? So when we talk about the importance of safety, whether it is paying attention, slow speeds on wet roadways, we had wet roadways this morning, but distracted driving. If somebody else had been too close to him or had hit him, or however MSP ends up determining what caused the accident, you realize this could have been so much worse. Drivers have got to pay attention when they drive, not look at your phone, not be talking on the phone. Slow speeds, it's important, and we're fortunate that it was only 1, and I mean that in a manner that it could have been much worse.
Indeed, it could have been. Diane Cross joining us live from MDOT. I'll tell you what, you heard it first from her here on TV 20 Detroit before anywhere else, that indeed the northbound lanes of 75 will in fact be closed for several days here, you guys. Serious situation when you talk about the structural integrity of the road. To get you around this, we've been talking about Anne-Marie LaFlame all morning long. She's been working with me on the phone and as well, even FaceTiming this morning. Anne-Marie LaFlame standing by this morning in Southfield with the very latest on the traffic. And Anne-Marie, you have the latest on how people can get around this as well.
Yeah, of course, causing major issues out on the roads. Great work out there this morning, and thanks, Diane, for all of that new info. That tanker fire remains, 75 remains closed. Southbound at Schaefer closed, and then northbound at Southfield Road closed. So the best way to explain this to you is both directions reopen at Outer Drive. So that's your best bet if you want to hop back onto I-75. If you want to avoid this altogether, you can take 4th Street. That's another great route, and take that north or southbound and hop on or off at Schaefer or Southfield to avoid that this morning. Let's take a live look outside right now with our 7 First Alert traffic camera. Now this is a different view from where Nima was. This is 75 southbound at Schaefer, where you can see it is closed. However, you can hop back on at Outer Drive. Same deal here, Outer Drive is where it is reopened here northbound, so you can see the cars flowing freely there this morning. But again, another option for you would be Fort Road if you want to avoid that this morning.